Hello and welcome along. Today on South West Norway we're going to try and complete our sowing of fields 2 and 3. We're going to start off with field 3, which we're going to put barley in, and then we're going to go over to field 2 and put wheat in that. So without further ado, let's get going. Let's start up our tractor and we'll head on to the field. Right, so we want to finish about here. So, oops, unfold our sower, turn it on, drop it down, and away we go. Pylon seems to be a little bit in the field here. Work our way around that a bit. So I've now off camera moved most of our equipment back to the main farm. The only thing I haven't moved across is some of the weights, as I ran out of space on the tractors that I was bringing them back with. But they're looking, everything else is back at the farm, which is great. So we can now look at, after we've done this, we'll go and cut some grass and get our animals moving and use some of the money that we have to purchase some animals. As I said in yesterday's episode, I would very much like to get some cows and some sheep straight off the bat. So we will start with those two. Chickens are a long way at the top of the map. Having double checked that, they're a long way to do those. So we're going to leave the chickens for now, which normally means they probably won't get done, but as they don't bring in an awful lot of money, but they are, as I said, they are a long way from where we are. So, yeah. But yeah, to get onto the cows and the sheep by episode 4 will be good. And this will be the longest we've been without initially harvesting. Every map I've done so far has had a harvest on it straight off the bat. This one with seeding straight off the bat. So it's a nice little change, really. One of the things that has attracted me to the map, actually. So yeah. It's all good. Guys, I was saying yesterday's episode, I'm going to be very interested to see how these mods compare with the actual tractors in FS17. I'm very much liking the look of the customization that's going to be available in the game. The dual wheels and the different motor sizes. It almost seems a cross between the hardpoint extension and some of the multi-tractor mods like the New Holland pack. I am really hoping there's a T7 in the new game. That would be great to have a T7. And to have them so that you can choose the horsepower across them. It's going to create a lot more options. But also the ability to choose dual wheels, which of course is not an option in the game at the moment. And that appears to be a very sort of hard point type setup. So I'll be interested to see how how they do that and how they enable that. It'd be quite cool if you could buy a tractor with dual wheels and then add them at the farm, a bit like you do with the hardpoint. Yeah, excitement's getting quite high now for the new game. I think I'm really going to enjoy it. Oh, let's go a little further with that. Right, there we go. So I'm very intrigued to see what FS17 holds now. And of course, today they announced how to, or they published a video on how to convert your FS15 mods to FS17, with mention that the SDK should be available quite soon, which is a lot quicker than it was for FS15. I think it was nearly a year or more for FS15's SDK. So that should hopefully get a lot of mods running straight off the bat, which will be great to see. Not that I think actually that there's going to be a lot of options on the in-game stuff straight off as well, but having lots of mods available from the get-go will be great. Lots of variety, lots of interest, lots to keep the game going. So yeah, I think it's all looking very positive at the moment. I'm toying with the idea of doing a live stream, probably my first live stream on release day. Would people like to see that? Are you interested in seeing me do a live stream on FS17 release day? I think that'd be quite a good way to do that on the release day. So yeah, let me know. Tell me what you think. I'd need to do a couple of tests as I don't have the greatest of internet connections here, but yeah, I would really like to live stream my first game on FS17. I think it'd be a great thing to do. But yeah, if you're interested in that, drop us a comment, let us know. I'm very interested in your feedback. So we're almost at the end of field 3 here. I've just had the headland to do. There we go. Right, so one more here should do it, and then we'll start going around the ends. Yeah, there we go. Might want to catch that. So yeah, this is not a huge field 3, which is part of the reason why I decided to sow it the same as field 4. Of course, the field directly in front of us there we don't own. It's part of the farm that we would need to purchase. I love that idea, that you don't purchase fields for the most part on this map. You purchase farms. It's an idea. I've got an idea for my own map, which unfortunately I haven't been able to work on for FS15. To do that for FS16, sorry, for FS17 would be great. I love that idea. So yeah, the map I want to do has 3 farms on it, so you basically purchase the farms, not the fields. And of course they would be that much more expensive to do. But I think that's slightly more realistic. Oh, yeah, we are going to have to come back this way. Unfortunately, we've left a little too much gap on this side. we'll just drive back and then plant towards the entrance again. Right, there we go. Right, so we'll just pick that up and head back to that corner of the field so that we're running over our crop, or running over what we've planted, as little as possible. We will just sort of do this bit so that we can basically come to the edge of the field. Right, there we go. Fantastic views on this map. Really cut. This map has me pretty excited, to be honest. There we go. So that up and fold it, and we'll head to field 2, and we're going to fill up with wheat. So we'll pick wheat for this. Now the road for this is over here. I think it should lead us to field 2 up this way. I think there's a track to the left here, if I remember. Yeah, there we go. So hopefully this leads us out to field 2. There we are. Right, best way to do this field is going to be along this side here. Right, unfold off. Okay, drop it down and turn it on, and away we go. So put wheat in this field, and then we've got a field of wheat and a field of barley. Sorry, 2 fields of wheat and 2 fields of barley, which is great. That'll be massively useful to us. We're gonna get a lot of straw off this, which was what we want for our animals. Pick that up. So yeah, give us a good base for those. That lifted off slightly. And that will, so that will give us a good base for our animals. We'll be able to get both the cows and the sheep, well, the cows especially, what we need the straw for, and then any excess we'll sell off, bring us in a little bit of money. Pick that up, which will be superb, and keep the cash flowing, as we will need to buy some silage machinery. I think we currently don't have anything to make mixed rations with, so we're going to need to buy a piece of machinery from that, and I think that will come from our first harvest. We have enough to get going otherwise, in that we can feed the cows straw and things like that, but we don't have anything for the more advanced feeding, so we need to pick that up. This is a very odd shaped field, really. Very sort of a teardrop leaf sort of shape. Makes it a bit of a strange, and it's really hilly. I mean, it's a massive hill in the middle of this field. Lots of other maps, this would be a grass field because of the hill in the middle of it. The only field I can think of in recent memory that's had anything like that in, or this in, is on American Outback. Field 3 has a massive hill in the middle of it that I recently did. But it's still, yeah, it was still a nice square field, that one there. This is quite hilly and quite large, or quite odd shaped. So, right, there we go. So we're about halfway through the field. And down, and away we go again. I'm wondering if there might be a little bit of scope to maybe merge or alter a couple of these fields. I'm just looking at the the pathway between this and field 2 and field 3. Sorry, field 3 and 2 and field 1. I'm just wondering if I could cut with a plough away at that road. It may be possible. And there's certainly some scope to increase the size of this field. In front of us there's scope. It would make it quite an odd field, I think. I think there's a little bit of a ridge in the middle that might be difficult to overcome. It's a possibility. It's something that I did on Bjornholm when I first started playing the game. There's several fields. There's a really small field near the barn that I just thought was a little bit pointless, and I cut that. I merged that with the field next to it, and took the tree out that was in front of the house there, and sort of created a nice big curve and made a nice big field out of that. And it's always good to look at a map and see if there's that kind of improvement that can be done. A lot of the custom maps very restricted on their fields because of hedges and things like that. So it's not a lot of scope. This one does have a bit of scope for it. Oh, we're going to have to get a picture of this on our next run back, because that is a fantastic view. I think we might have today's title card off this. There we go. That up. We'll go and get this headland done. And then we'll head back round and do the headland on the other side. And that will then be this field done. Which is excellent. I mean, we've done that in a much shorter time than I'd expected, so that's great. will mean a slightly shorter episode than normal. But we have had quite a few long ones recently as well, so I hope you don't mind. But yeah. There we go. And we'll take this back to the yard and park it up then when we finish our work. And then in the next episode we'll get started on our animals. There we go, all done. And only 62% of our tank has been used. Cool. Don't want to hit anything. Right, so turn that off. We'll jump out and detach it. There we go. And that's us for the day. So that's our nice fleet of tractors. Great little fleet that is. I have found a couple of little niggles with the 515C. It has a little bit of a problem with its front hitch that I'm going to look at. But otherwise, they're all great. So next time we will get cutting some grass. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And if you have, please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.